So this is the longest I've ever seen a car go without a fuel pump fuse. I unplugged the fuel pump like almost a whole minute ago and the car is still on. Car is still on. Still on. There it goes. Now it's dying. Holy smokes. That was a good... Usually it's like almost 5-6 seconds and that was a whole minute. That's crazy. Let's see if it wants to turn back on. Alright, no biggie. Just depressurizing. So let's get back to work. Alright guys, new day, new video. What I got here is I have this 2016 Charger, reading the current tune that's on right now. Really windy day, but it's all right. So what we're doing today is we are putting on a 392 intake manifold with the appropriate cold air intake. We are also going to be tuning it and unlocking the PCM. And we got all brand new goodies here. So this is a brand new manifold from MMX. So MMX port job. We have the MMX SRV controller. So first time installing this, so this will be fun. We have the, looks like the IAT extension harness, new couplers, new elbow, new clamps, hose, new gaskets. So here's the SRV controller or the module. There's the map sensor and the screws are in there as well. And we also got the brand new Momentum GT intake. So all these parts are brand new. So it's nice to work with brand new parts for once. So I'm not really going to show too much on installing the manifold itself. I'm going to focus more so on, in this video at least, installing the SRV controller. So this is the newer option from MMX versus having to use the Circuit Boss and the RPM window switch, which usually people will mount here or here. So this is like a plug and play type of deal. So let's get to it. All right, quick update. So now I am reading the stock PCM because this particular customer has a Diablo Sport unlocked PCM, and you know there are known issues when working with Diablo unlocked PCMs or Diablo products when you're switching over to HP tuners. So he did opt to unlock his original one and swap them out, which is also what I recommended. I just want to do a quick update. So I've got the injectors injector connectors removed, got the PVC hose out, I got the catch can out. So now basically all I need to do is I just need to unbolt the intake. So I'm going to leave everything attached here. I'm just going to literally pull it all off in one piece. So we're going to remove this bolt here, and it looks like this bolt here. Remove the hose, take out my intake manifold bolts. There's 10 of them. Undo the hose from the back and the connection back there, and I'm going to take this whole thing out in one piece. And then when it's out of the car already, I'm going to take the fuel rails onto the new one, transfer the throttle body, and then start building the new intake after I get it in the car. So just a quick update. Let's keep moving. All right, so as promised, took it out in one whole piece. I've gone over this trick before, but removing the brake booster hose, you don't want to remove from back here. It'll probably take you quite a while. So the other end is actually connected to the brake booster, and it's super easy to access. All you have to do is just take off the brake fluid cover, and it's that port right there. And once your whole hand is in here, you can just really get a grip on it, twist it off, and then pull it out. And then all the connections come undone and pull it all out in one piece. All right, so anyone that can afford to send their manifold out to MMX support should do it, because this port job by MMX, I believe they do a CNC machine, but it is absolutely an incredible port job. I don't think you can achieve this level of porting with the hand. So this port job is phenomenal. All right, so let's begin transferring over. So like I said, this transfers, the whole fuel rail transfers, this hose transfers. Does this one need a PVC? Nope, it's got a brand new PCV valve. Map sensor is gonna stay, and obviously we need to transfer the throttle body. Okay, manifold is in. I got it all hooked up. So now I'm working on the SRV harness. So from MMX, they provide you with the fuse relay, which basically goes here. You have the power cable, which you are gonna bolt here. You have your yellow wire, which you are basically gonna fuse tap. And then following back here, you have a negative terminal that goes here. And then this harness is basically gonna wrap around the manifold. Here's the SRV plug. And then here's your coil pack jumper. So you use the rear coil pack. And then this is the end that you feed through the firewall that connects to your actual controller. So it's pretty straightforward. I mean, the hardest part, honestly, is going to be, I think, in my opinion, is crimping the yellow wire here for your fuse tap. I mean, this is pretty straightforward. So let me first get the fuse relay. So basically we're just gonna bolt it here, and then I'll check back in. Okay, so we have the relay bolted in. I have the power bolted down. The next part is to fuse tap your ASD. So according to MMX, we need to use the 20 amp, which is spot 35, which is this yellow one here. So you're gonna remove that, place in your fuse tap, and then we're gonna crimp it down, bolt this one down, and then we'll continue with the rest of the harness. All right, so that, I mean, was basically the hardest part. So I have it tapped in there. They didn't provide me with the fuse, so I had a 15 amp fuse on hand, thank goodness. So positive is in, relay's mounted, fuse tap is in, and it still snaps over. Now I just got to put down that ground bolt, and then I can move on to doing the rest of the harness, which should be pretty easy. All right, so I ran out of daylight, but it's okay. I've got the harness all plugged in, so here it is on the coil pack jumper. Here is the cable, so I just need to move it to go back underneath the bar. So that's the firewall access, and what that does is it gets the cable. Just follow it up right there, right above the e-brake, and then now you have the cable inside the car. All right, so we got it back in, car's back on. So green light shows that it is on and working. So now I just gotta find some place to put it and we're good to go. All right guys, here's the finished product. So there's a fuse relay, got it connected there, ground post, routed around to the back of the manifold, down to the coil pack, back out through the firewall. So wouldn't even know it's there. It looks pretty factory to me. So I also did install, like I mentioned, the GT Momentum GT intake, so that was fun. But now we're gonna go do some tuning. All right, so we're all buttoned up down here. So it looks pretty clean. I don't know where the owner is gonna want it, so I just kind of have it up here until he can figure out where he wants to put it. And then we're good to go. So it pretty much wraps it up. Alright, so thank you all for watching. Once again, this video was covering the MMX SRV controller harness for swapping your 392 intake manifold onto your 5.7. Appreciate it. Alright guys, really quick before I sign off, I wanted to show you that the SRV controller is working. So you can see the green light there. That's the I guess the head unit, you could call it, for the controller. And when it goes blue, that means that the runners have been activated. So steady green means that it has power. So let's see. And of course it falls over. Alright, so try number 2. Now, this car is not ticking, just has a nasty exhaust leak, so don't mind that. But let me show you the controller turning blue at high RPMs. Alright, figured it out now. So of course, when I got a good video, my phone ran out of memory. So here we go. So you saw it switch back from green to blue, meaning the runners were activated, and then from blue back to green, which means it went back to long runner mode. So everything works as it should. Once again, I appreciate y'all for watching. If you stick around this long, later.